What's up?
Extra
Look, it's
hot.
Stubbs. Yeah, extra hot.
Extra
Yeah,
hot
I
today.
went. I went to the one. I went to the one. Just I wanted to give you the time to get back. You were like you were pretty close. Hey, welcome in. It's Great
Just
North
ran up
Sports.
the stairs.
It's the holiday spectacular. It's like this is what we got to do. It's the holiday spectacular. You feel good
Christmas
about that?
time.
It's a little Christmas. A little Christmas. That's all.
I got a Christmas bonus. Felt good about that. Other than that,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Banana bread at work?
banana bread at fucking work, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about a whole lot of things. You know, we're not going to be talking
Sam
about
Howell.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell.
A lot
I
of
got
Sam
enough
Howell
Sam Howell
conversation.
talk today in the fucking Discord. I'm pretty sure fucking Sam Howell was in there.
Sam Howell's in the Discord.
I think that was a burner
100%.
account.
It's a burner account. MVT starting us off hot. Who wins more games next year, Tar Heels or the Patriots? It's a trick question. They're both going to win 4.
Under 4.5.
I don't know. It depends on. I mean, we can lead right off with that. Billy B, Chapel Bill,
Chapel Bill.
Chapel
There's
Bill.
so many Chapel Bill t-shirts.
Heading
I saw a
to
picture of him grabbing a ram by the horns.
amazing.
That was awesome.
Heading to UNC. Heading to UNC. Traditionally a football school. No, wait, that's not right. They're a basketball school. But sure, yeah. I mean, why not? He has
They're
shown,
a basketball school that employs the greatest coach of all time
yeah,
for football.
for football. Makes total sense. Everything is fine. He's definitely gonna. No, she's gonna move in. I think she's gonna move in, join her. I think that there's absolutely.
I think that was the tryout for his. He was like, "Oh, I can recruit. I still
like,
got
I'll
it,
do
baby.
it.
I can recruit.
And they were like, it's hard to argue with these stats.
If I can
See the
convince a
numbers.
24-year-old woman to sleep with me, I can certainly convince a 22-year-old or 18-year-old male to come to my school and play football for me."
MVT, we traded Drake May for Bill Belichick. It's straight up 1-for-1.
Straight up 1-for-1.
Patriots get.
I
Drake
think
May.
we won. I think we
I
won
think
the
we won
trade.
too. Drop Mayo.
Was it too early to say we won the trade?
It's not too early. It's not too early unless Bill goes on to win like more games than Saban. Or
Yeah.
Bear Bryant or one of those other like legendary football coaches. I good for him. He's got a job.
3 years, 30 mil.
It's a good gig. I guess Steve is gonna go down there, get his crazy bangs and his like weird nose licking or whatever it was that he used to do on the
No,
sidelines.
it's going to be Washington versus UNC in the Natty. Steve versus Bill.
Let's go. Let's go. I good for him. Good for him. I have no problem with it. I'm a little surprised he didn't hold out for a pro job. My guess is
I'm very surprised he didn't hold out for a pro job.
my guess is that he had conversations with ownership groups saying, "Look, what are the chances?" And ones where he liked the scenario, like not like he wasn't
Tribe
looking
Called
at. He was looking at it. He goes, "Is this any good? Is this a good place to be?" Like he doesn't want to go to the Jets. He's not going to do that. It's a bad shape. He's not coming back to New England.
Nobody wants to go there right now.
He's not coming back to New England. They unceremoniously showed him the door.
Not while Bob Kraft's alive.
Nope. Zach Taylor, unfortunately for our friend Doyle, still kicking around. He's not going to Seattle. He could go to Dallas, but you have Dak, and he probably looked at that and was like, "Nah, this is cheeks." So, like, he needs. What does he need for wins? Like 14,
Yeah, it's 14.
something like that. So it's not like I don't know. I think it is an elaborate ploy to get a better job. He's going to get a good job, get him the head coach job, and then he's going to retire in grace. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to prove that he's still got it.
I like the tinfoil, Calvin. We're with it.
It is. It is. I think he's right. I think he's onto something here.
I'm always willing to listen to a conspiracy at least once.
You want it? Here's a conspiracy for you. Debo Samuel and AJ Brown are both divas. It's not really a conspiracy; it's fact.
Myth busted.
AJ Brown talking to BG, and BG says passing's the problem. Got to get the passing going on. And then he's like, no, we're all good. We're good. And
Oh,
Jalen
that's
Hurts at a
fine.
press conference today said he spoke out of turn. BG spoke out of turn, which is not code for anything. It means that shut your damn mouth. And that's not good. Debo Samuel got roasted on the internet, saying I'm not the problem, and then users
The,
corrected him and said, "Actually, you lead the team in drops."
the readers add context on Twitter. Oh my god, he got body bags, zipped up,
Just
shipped out, coffin made, funeral, the whole nine. He
you thought
got
the Elon,
murdered.
you thought the Elon Twitter was better. It's not. Nobody hides from community notes.
Community
Nobody,
notes is ruthless,
including
cutthroat.
including Musk. Musk was in the middle of the election. I never forget it. He was posting random like shit, just shit posting, and they'd be like, "Yeah, this isn't real," but it's his posts, and it's like, "Hold on, you're the guy that runs this. Shouldn't you use it?" I don't know. No one is immune to community notes. No one.
No one.
It's the highest standard of community notes. Debo got wrecked.
Yeah.
Totally
Actually,
wrecked.
no, he's got a lot of drops this year. He is the problem.
He is factually the problem. The difference between Debo and AJ though is that the the Philadelphia crew, they feel like they're about to implode again. I do not feel good about them.
Philly?
Yeah, I don't feel good about the Eagles going on a run.
Jalen Hurts is a massive problem. He has been all year. They can't throw the fucking football. And I also like that the potential AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts beef even dragged Donovan McNabb and T.O. back into it.
It's
Just
amazing.
chef's kiss. Just perfect.
You're gonna see AJ
No
Brown
bad
doing
blood
like
after all these years.
sit-ups in his driveway. like topless sit-ups in the driveway. We get to that level. That'd be good.
Be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's very one dimensional. It's run the ball. They're real good at it. Also, I saw a stat that
Saquon's
Saquon
MVP.
Barkley, it's Josh Allen.
I know it is, but Saquon's
Yes.
gotta be.
This is the closest a running back has been in a decade. But
Christian McCaffrey.
I feel like this season's better.
I know, but didn't CMC win it last year?
Did he? Last year?
Yeah,
No, he did not.
didn't he?
Am I fucking having a brain melt?
Am I wrong? Is it Lamar?
Yeah, you're fucking wrong. It was
That's-
Lamar.
It was Lamar. Yeah, it's
I
Lamar.
was like, there's no.
No.
Thank you,
No,
Tal. I was like, is he
no.
gaslighting me? Am I following?
No. It's nothing like that. I'm just losing my mind. That's all.
Didn't he? Didn't he?
I was asking the question. He had 147 points. He had no first place votes though. Like that's all other 49 first place votes. Josh Allen got one. Show me the racist. That's what that was. He's like, I'm not giving. I don't care.
Bring him to me.
The one guy. Josh Allen is the MVP this year. He's unbelievable. I don't know how he can't be.
He's had 6 touchdowns and a loss.
In a loss.
Him and Joe Burrow,
If
Spider-Man meme.
if we did a Sunday show, I would have told you all to play Josh Allen naked, and that would have been sort of correct because he saved me almost everything.
Did you have Puka
Khalil.
Nakua in there?
I had Puka and I had Khalil Shakir in a couple too, but I got beat out on some running backs. So
You think Josh Allen's MVP since week 8, Tom? Only week 8?
Lamar was real good the first half of the season, but Josh Allen,
It wasn't like Josh Allen was bad. He was having the
no, he
most
wasn't.
year of his career.
He didn't have any turnovers. He had
They-
no turnovers.
shit.
Unreal.
I feel like I was going somewhere with the Eagles, and I lost my train of thought when we got caught up in the gaslighting situation.
That's fine. I'm not actually God damn. It's just called being wrong. What the fuck are we even on now?
Now
Am
you're
I
being
being gaslit? What is even happening? We're fully off the rails.
How
We're
the turntables.
10
Fully off
minutes
the
in.
rails shirts, or you're gonna go incredibly hard.
We're working on it. That's going to be a post Christmas thing.
Yeah.
They'll give a third to Lamar. Will get his third though. Lamar's going to win all the MVPs, no Super Bowls.
I won't give a third to Lamar this year. There's no way.
No, Josh Allen will get it this year. Lamar will get it next year again. It'll be just back and forth. They don't give it to Mahomes anymore because
Also,
he's won
Derrick
too many
Henry
Super Bowls.
lost every bit of his aura.
What
Dread's
happened?
gone. It just doesn't look the same.
I know.
He doesn't look as intimidating.
Appreciate it. Little Nash jersey. Yeah.
Nash and Amar.
I mean, he doesn't. He doesn't look as
Grant Hill and
intimidating.
Shaq. Rajah Bell was on that team.
Leandro Barbosa.
Barbosa, former Celtic. Leandro Barbosa, put some respect on his name. One of the worst 2K
The
animations of all time.
The Roadrunner.
His jump shot fucking sucked.
Sure did, but he could run real fast.
Yeah.
Mike D'Antoni loved that shit.
Run and gun.
Lamar will get a chance. Listen, Lamar will get a Super Bowl. Fully believe that. Fully believe Lamar will get a Super Bowl. I thought it was probably last year, to be honest with you.
We were talking about
the Chiefs are wholly beatable. Lamar getting a Super Bowl.
the Chiefs are I don't know what we were talking about now.
Chiefs are beatable.
100%. The Bills already did it. The Lions did it in Arrowhead last year. And all they've done is get better. They're definitely beatable. They've been terrible for outside of some crazy bullshit. I had a picture or graphic that I read off last night on Lots to Talk About. But it was just all of the way. Somebody commented on an Instagram post. It was just Chiefs bullshit magic this year. Tying touchdown out of bounds by Toe versus Tao's Ravens, the likely touchdown. 51-yard game-winning field goal versus the Bengals. Shout out Doyle. Overtime touchdown drive versus the Bucks, or Baker never saw the ball. The PI no call, and then the 4th-and-1 stop against the Falcons. Blocked game-winning field goal versus the Broncos. Game-winning field goal versus the 3-8 Panthers. False start on Jawan Taylor, not no call, then the fumble versus the Raiders, and then they banked in the game-winning field goal versus the Chargers on Sunday night.
Insanity.
By a hair. I've seen that graphic going around a bunch, too, where they're talking about if every one-score game was flipped, what teams' records would be, and the Chiefs would have like one win or something like that. It's insane.
Smaller feet or darker shoes. You need white shoes or whatever it is, so that it blends in. Yeah, I don't know. That was a tough one. I like Lamar and I like the Ravens. I just don't think that they're gonna win the AFC this year.
I don't either. I mean, it's Buffalo or Kansas City.
I don't even think it's Kansas City.
I'm not going to be super shocked if the Ravens do it, but I heard them talking about how that offense was one of the best of all time a couple weeks ago when they were on prime time. And I was like, absolutely not. Actually, no, it was a 4 o'clock game. They played the Eagles. I was like, in what way?
Yeah, incorrect.
They have great players. They've had fantastic seasons so far, but did I just lose armchair?
No, I came back.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. They lost me.
Okay. Apartment Wi-Fi.
No, it's fine. I still got to get used to everything.
We talk about that guy who bet $3 million on the Eagles, who was probably shitting himself. He was like writing a note as that game unfolded.
Yeah.
That he was Xavier Legette drop away from, I'm assume, a bad time. Obviously, if you have $3 million to gamble, you're probably pretty well off, but that could have been somebody's life savings that they were like, fucking, I need $400,000 now, and I need it now. JG Wentworth.
I mean, every time I see those, I wonder like how legit they are. You know what I mean? Like whenever I see someone post a slip and they're like, "Oh, take a look at this. Look at this crazy slip," and I'm like, "I don't believe you."
I do that with a lot of things, but that's not one I would question. It's like, oh, that guy bet $3 million to win $400,000. That's fucking insanity.
That's what I'm saying. It's too like, to me. That's like if you
But I don't know why you would lie about that because you would just look like a fucking idiot. My humble opinion. AC's on the McDonald's Wi-Fi where the assassin got picked up, connecting all the way from Canada. I make sure it's him and not me. Yeah, no, it's him. Definitely him. Yeah, I mean that Eagles bet is absolutely fucking asinine. I couldn't believe anybody would do that. Jamar Chase gotta be very frustrating to be that guy. I know they won that game, but there's no way they should have. Also, is there any if Jamar Chase goes and gets this massive contract, which he's absolutely going to, is there any better example of betting on yourself?
no, none.
He's like, all right, you're not going to pay me? I asked for what I asked for. You wouldn't do it. Okay. Sounds good. I'll meet with you this time next year.
Kind of unbelievable, to be honest with you.
It's crazy. Him and Joe Burrow are balling the fuck out, and they can't do anything. We said the stat last week. They're 1-5 when they score 35 plus. Like
2-5 now.
2-5
now.
So they still score 35, did they?
I thought they did,
I
but
don't
maybe
think
they
so.
didn't.
I think they scored 26 or 27. I'm terrible with final scores. I'm gonna watch the entire game and not be able to tell you what the score
I
was.
fell asleep.
The Vikings-Falcons, that game was
27.
a 21-point difference. There is no fucking reason that should have been like that, other than Kirk Cousins' turnover problems. That game was so close and so competitive. He should be, I think. He has 15 interceptions, 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He hasn't thrown a touchdown in a month, 4 weeks. 8 picks, 0 touchdowns the last 4 games. How do you roll that out and start that guy when you took a first-round quarterback? You knew that this was probably not probably going to be the case,
possible.
but it was possible. You knew this was possible. You went out and signed an old quarterback coming off an Achilles injury. Look at fucking Aaron Rodgers.
That's why you took Penix.
Exactly. So why? Let's accept that this is what happened. Let's get Penix in there the last couple weeks of the season. I think they'll probably give him one more start, and if they lose, then it's probably it. If they win, they'll probably let Kirk go and try to get them in the playoffs because NFC South is a fucking disaster. But, yeah. I mean, they should have won this division. They should have been coming into this year thinking that they should have won this division, and it's just not going to happen. Right now, I'd take them. If they played the Panthers right now, straight up, I'm betting the Panthers.
How awesome has it been to see Bryce Young, like, come out of it and actually look like a quarterback?
He's been fine.
There have been a couple of weeks over the course of his career where I've looked at him and been like, I don't know if you belong here. Like a couple of like 80-yard weeks, like passing, and I'm like, I don't love it. Kirk O'Chain's coming home this week.
To where? Vegas?
Going to Vegas, getting traded to the Raiders.
How is that his home?
I don't know. It's not going to happen. Coaching does matter.
Jordan, I need context.
Coaching matters. No context.
Yeah, it really
you get no context. Fully off the rail.
Also, if Canales saves Bryce Young, that guy's a fucking wizard. Geno, Baker, and now potentially Bryce Young. Something's working.
Superman.
He's got the formula. But yeah, I don't know. The Falcons need a lot to go right. I think you have to start Penix next week at like the latest. You have Bijan was great. Algier was great. You're getting huge contributions from Darnell Mooney and McLeod. The defense was not great, but I mean, Kirk is supposed to make up for that. You're paying him to make up for that, and he's done no such thing. In fact, he's cost you the last 2 games single-handedly.
They played Minnesota. Joyner, they just
played him. He got smoked 42-21. He spent I don't know how long he was there after the game
Sunday.
Because I saw a 3-minute compilation of him just dapping people up from Minnesota. I was like, he had to have been on the field for an hour and a half after the game was over.
100%.
But yeah, I expected more from the Falcons. I had them everywhere on Sunday, at least to cover, and then
I didn't think the Vikings
folded in the fourth.
I did not think the Vikings were going to be.
They're
As,
11-2 with Sam Darnold at quarterback, and
I
Justin
know,
Jefferson hadn't caught a touchdown in a month.
but I didn't think that they would be that good against Atlanta. I thought they could win. There was a chance they could win the game. I didn't think there was a chance they would like walk all over them, like
Yeah.
throat punch Liam Neeson style.
I think
just
their
like
offense played fantastic.
6 touchdowns, man.
Their defense, Minnesota's defense had one of the worst games they've had all season, and Sam Darnold, Addison, and Justin Jefferson were like, no problem.
We got you.
Make it happen. And then Kirk's just throwing the most god-awful interceptions at the worst times. Also, stop running end arounds to Ray McLeod on third fucking down. You have Bijan Robinson. So many times this year, they're just like, here we go. Ray McLeod, 3rd and 1.
Bet you didn't see this coming. Ray
Going,
McLeod.
around the edge. Is that Ray McLeod in motion on 3rd and 1? I bet I know what's happening.
It's just a guy waiting on the other
It's
side
like
of
the
the line of
tush push. It's
scrimmage.
fucking inevitable. I remember what I wanted to say about the Eagles now, too. I saw a stat that Saquon has 11 tackles. He's been tackled at the 1 11 times this year. And it's resulted in a Jalen Hurts touchdown on 10. The vulture of all vultures.
A super vulture. Just means that he's available all the time. You know who to take. We skipped over all of the lead news because we got deep into football, and then I started glitching out. So
Yeah, you're right. Do you want to go back to the lead, or do you want
let's
to
go.
keep on
No,
football?
we might as well. No, we go into the lead. We're gonna talk. We gotta talk it. I mean, what
All right,
else do you
let's
want
do
to
it.
talk? We can talk football, or we can, and then go back to baseball if we want to do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just stay on the football for now, and we'll kick
All right.
back to baseball.
Drake
Fuck
May
the lead.
his-
We're doing it live.
Drake May played his best game ever by sitting on the couch all week.
Yeah.
Hell
It was
yeah,
just a
Vikings.
Patriots Twitter was just a week and a half of just hyping Drake May up. They're like bye week
pumping
time,
him up.
just pumping him up,
Pumping tires all day long. The Bills Rams game was probably the game that stood out the most to me. Everybody was talking about
100%.
Thursday had a great game. Don't get me
Great
wrong.
game.
Fantastic game. Great to watch. Bills Rams beat it in my opinion.
I agree.
No turnovers. No turnovers.
Straight offense.
No sacks or a couple of sacks, but like no interceptions, no fumbles. Just
Josh Allen
guys
threw a
getting
touchdown to
touchdowns
himself.
all day long. It's three rushing, 3 passing.
And he caught
He
one of
still
them for
lost.
passing touchdowns.
He still lost.
Technically.
Ravens lost by 2 on a bye week. Doink the field goal. Justin Tucker's still out there trying to figure it out.
This poor man.
Baltimore Cravens working on it again.
It's bad.
It's not
The
great.
Justin Tucker situation is bad. And now you're too deep into the season. Like, you're stuck with it, and it's gonna cost you. I
What do
know
you
it's
do
gonna
with?
cost
But
you.
what do you do with an all-time great? So like he's one of the best kickers in history of kickers. No argument. I don't.
You should have faked an injury 6 weeks ago. Been like,
Well,
hey, Justin, this isn't working. Let's save you some dignity, and let's us go get a kicker that can make a 30-yard field goal on a consistent basis.
Yeah,
these
you
days.
can't lose to Drew Lock. Can't
Can't do it. Cannot do it.
Drew Lock not as good as Sam Howell.
Yeah, actually worse than Sam Howell, believe it or not.
Noted.
So is Cooper Rush. So is Kenny Pickett.
And
the
41-year-old
hands.
Aaron Rodgers. He has a Hall of Fame kicking career. He's not the best kicker in history. Vinatieri's won championships.
Vinatieri.
He's won
Vinatieri.
championships.
Tucker's
Like-
2.
Like kicking to win championships.
Right. Dwayne Haskins, throw him in there.
Oh no, not the Dwayne Haskins.
Aaron McNair.
R.I.P. Oh man, Tucker's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, I would think, for kicking.
He's got to be.
I just don't understand. Do you see that Brett Favre thing? I know we're still talking football. Do you see that thing?
Gastineau?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Jeez.
want my sack back.
Yeah. You hurt me, Brett. You hurt me. That got a little tense. You see Brett Favre, like, is he going to hit me? Could see it in his face. As a man who's probably been hit before, he was like,
He's
he might
definitely been
hit.
hit before.
He might hit me. He might
He was
punch me
thinking
right
about
now.
it. He was thinking about it. Gastineau's like, I can't afford to get arrested here. It's going viral. I don't know if they needed to air that out. I know they're doing like a 30 for 30, and like I don't know if they needed to air that. I don't know if they needed to put that
Marcus
up there.
probably like do it, put it in there.
Maybe, but like
Want the people to know that I'm hurt. I'm
I
hurt,
want
dog.
like
Don't ask if I'm all right.
how is he not in the Hall of Fame? He has all those sacks. How is he not in the Hall?
I don't know. He should be.
That makes no sense to me. That feels like a major oversight somewhere.
I feel like we could do like a top 10 snubbed Hall of Fame list for like all sports.
That's on the list for January.
Some point in the future, yeah.
Yeah, that's our January list for sure.
Yeah,
we'll do that. Well, we can do that when it's football off season and we're only talking
downtime,
yeah,
post Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Same with the MVP.
Same
Jordan
with the
Addison.
MVP.
We talked about this last night too. Where do you put Jordan Addison as like number 2 receivers?
He's pretty high up there.
He's up there.
Like 3 or 4?
You can argue that, I mean, Jefferson pulls so much attention, like whatever. Addison's been fantastic. When they throw him the ball and get him targets, he's constantly making something happen. There's a deep ball, catch and run.
I think Cooper Kupp is still probably the.
That was exactly what I said last night. I think he's the line.
I think I'd
take him over
argue.
T. Higgins was one
Jalen
that I
Waddle.
brought up. Waddle's a good one.
Waddle might be the one.
Talk about Waddle.
Waddle might be the one, and Tyreek might be the 2 at this point. But Tyreek can still burn you. He's supposed to be the 1, but he's a burner.
That was what we were saying with Puka and Kupp. It was like, I feel like Puka's the 1, but just based on stats this year, I mean, Kupp's obviously they're.
Yeah, he was hurt for a bit, but they're. We know that Nakua's the
interchangeable.
Yeah, I would say that Cooper Kupp as a 2 is higher than Addison.
I would agree.
There's no one in Buffalo. Like Shakir's the 1. Keon Coleman's good, but he's not there. He's not that level. I'd take him over T.
I think I would too. That's what Chima was baffled that I would take him over T. Higgins. I was like, I think I would.
MVT, we're in. You tell us when you want to do it. 5-round WWE.
Oh, I fucking love that, Tal. I'm in for that. Very in.
We'll do it.
Time and place.
So we're off after this week for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then
I'll be around streaming and shit, but yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll get the gang together. We'll do a roundtable. We are moving off of StreamYard. You've been great to us for a year now, but we gotta upgrade. Got to upgrade in the back end. It's just got to happen. So we're going to be running off of OBS like the fellas do. So yeah, we're absolutely ready for it. Off season, definitely great.
We're any rules to it because it's like, do you get people from any fucking area? We'll talk about it. It's gonna.
Oh no,
it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. It'll slap. It'll be great.
We're also going to conclude the entrance tournament
football?
After the New Year as well. We stopped halfway through and. We're going
Tal's under protest anyway. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's under protest. He doesn't care. He's blocked it out. But yeah, we'll finish that up after the New Year. Yeah. Seahawks media team, another dub. Stock rising once again. They doubled down on the Call of Duty shit after beating the Cardinals again. Love that.
They're good.
Like I don't have.
Seattle,
they are. Seattle
on.
Rank the NFC West. I got it off first.
I hate this.
I took my hand off the piece.
Oh man. It's the Rams and then Seattle. It's the Rams and Seattle, and then it's the Cardinals, then it's the Niners.
I have Seattle, Rams, Niners, Cardinals. No, Cardinals, Niners. Sorry.
I want to hear why you say that.
For what part? Seattle?
Yeah.
I know Seattle can have a stinker. They've had them this season where they just look inept. Geno can't get anything done. He has that Geno face. I don't know if we talked about it on this show, but I know I've talked about it on others. That he has this certain face when he fucks up a throw where he's just like, what? Me? What? It drives me insane whenever I see it. But
How many NFC West teams have the Seahawks beaten of the three?
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
It's just one.
I was gonna say
It's
just the Cardinals twice.
it's just the Cardinals.
They played a much healthier San Fran team, though. No,
Oh no, they did get a win against the Niners. They beat the unhealthy Niners in
yeah, okay.
week 11.
I was gonna say I
20 to
thought they
17.
played twice. I remember the one that
They
they
haven't
lost to them.
didn't beat the Rams though.
No, they haven't.
And they close out the year on the Rams. I don't know.
They didn't need to.
I think Seattle is a good team with good aspirations that will continue to improve. I think they need a new quarterback. I love Gino,
I do
but
too.
I think it's time.
It's definitely time. And
Charbonnet
Njigba's
and
been
Walker?
fantastic this year. He's got almost 1,000 yards. DK's been hit or miss.
DK's still DK though. If you
Yeah,
get him
exactly.
the ball, he'll do it.
Right. And he's
Charbonnet,
much of a mismatch nightmare that he's doing something regardless.
imagine having two running backs that like plug and play like Charbonnet and Walker.
Yeah, when I was watching Charbonnet dominate on Sunday, I was like, just looks a lot like the Detroit Lions.
Yep, Knuckles and Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if they get a real quarterback,
they don't have it at quarterback though.
A real franchise quarterback. And I'm not trying to say Gino's costing you games because he's been fine. He's fine, but he's got a ceiling, and he's not going to win you a Super Bowl. And this team is trending upward. You've had some hits on the defense. You've obviously have a plethora of weapons at this point. I think there's one clear answer. Oh, 100%. Yeah. And here we go. Sam Howell. Go draft the guy and let Sam Howell start for a year, and we'll see what happens.
I think they need to move. They can't move on from because he's winning games. You can't move on from Gino right now because he's winning.
In the offseason when you have a dramatic collapse, like maybe against the Los Angeles Rams for the third time this year.
I think the Rams are a more complete offense.
Agreed. Matt Stafford
when healthy. Kyron Williams, dog.
I feel like Matt Stafford, a lot of people thought like, oh, he's old, he's hurt. Like he was hurt all year last year. I don't know why people think that he's not like elite.
He literally had a shoulder injury, the throwing arm,
the whole year. Like Matt Stafford's still a fucking monster at quarterback.
Yeah, he is.
And when you have weapons like Puka and Cooper Kupp and Kyron Williams has been fantastic out of the backfield too. Now they're getting Blake Corum going a little bit. Like that, I'm not worried about their offense at all. Their defense is very young, and they give up a lot of points. I mean, look at Josh Allen scored 6 touchdowns, though, and they couldn't stop him. That's Josh Allen, I know, but
that was crazy. Stands. Such a good game.
It was an awesome
We'll see what happens. That defense can be suspect. Obviously, giving up 42 points isn't great, and like you said, it is Josh Allen, but still don't want to give up those kind of games. I think that division is going to come down to that last week of the season. Seattle versus the Rams. We got a little LA Seahawk coup d'etat for the NFC West. I think the Cardinals
play the Niners that week as well.
For fourth place.
Yeah,
Niners aren't healthy enough. That's all. Like they did well last week against the Bears, but
that's the Bears. There's more of an indictment on them. It was also the Bears' first game under a new coach for the Bears too, under the interim.
They the Niners aren't healthy enough to win anything right now. I still like the team. I don't mind Purdy. I like the guy. I like the receivers.
I don't hate Purdy. He's fine. I just hate how much people gas him up.
Sam Howell or Brock Purdy.
I gotta think about it. I think still probably Purdy.
It's definitely Purdy.
It's close.
It's a lot closer. That might be the line.
That might be the line. That might be the line.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll get there. I mean, look, we had a bunch of Cowboys and Bengals. You want to talk about the Cowboys malfunctioning?
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck was that?
You blocked the punt. just let it go.
Let it go. Let
Don't
it go.
don't touch the ball.
Don't touch it.
You don't need to be a hero. What are you doing up
I
there?
couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was the most Cowboys way to lose a game this season. They're in such shambles. They finally do something right. The Bengals defense was so bad, they let Cooper Rush put them in a game. Like Rico Dowdle ran for 130 or something like that.
Yep.
He was insane. Lou Anaromo, nobody's had a bigger fall from grace. That guy was getting talked about
Are we
like
gonna
a savant last season, and now it's like I don't know how he hasn't been fired. It's crazy how bad that defense is. Somebody has to take a fall for it.
Bengals are 5-8.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins are 6-7. Colts are 6-7. Wildcard spots start at 8-5. What are your chances the Bengals get back into this thing? Because they have the offense.
Very, very, very low. Very low. I know Jeremy was saying it on the show all week. Like the AFC is pretty much set.
The line between the Bengals and eliminated is it. That's where the line is. The Bengals are at the bottom of the non-eliminated teams. Cleveland, Jacksonville, the Jets, the Titans, the Patriots, and the Raiders, all eliminated.
Let's go. Draft season.
We're into draft miss. Bengals, Dolphins, Colts still technically in it. I feel like the AFC is just what it is.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to change. Although I really fucking wanted the Jets to win this weekend, beat the Dolphins. I did. I wanted just more insurance and draft position. Any results that I can get that helps potentially in the drafts, I'm all here for it.
Yeah, I wanted the Giants to win.
Yep. They don't do that.
Don't.
Drew Lock had a chance to go for a first down, and he turned a 90-degree angle to the right and slid. I need somebody to check that man's fucking accounts. He's got a DraftKings account, a FanDuel, something. Same thing with that dude who got absolutely torched guarding Justin Jefferson in the Falcons game.
Oh, the guy that fell down?
Yeah, it was insane. Justin Jefferson's waving his hand for like 10 seconds, and the guy's like, where'd he go?
Like he put on camouflage or something in the middle.
Yeah, it was fucking covering John Cena.
He did one of these. It's like, where'd he go? A little peekaboo.
It's insane. Where did he go?
Where'd you go? It was bad.
Jags Titans, one of the worst football games ever played. We can get into baseball if you want.
Yeah, let's get into baseball. Somebody signed a big contract somewhere. We don't care about it. Fuck the Yankees.
3 weeks of coverage for that.
Juan Soto. Finally,
he signed with the Toronto Blue Jays.
He sure didn't.
I feel like I did that exact thing to you when Shohei signed with the Dodgers.
Yeah. We'll get into why I'm furious at my team.
Oh, like, that was in a protest.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about that. Tao's filing everything under protest. Juan Soto signed just a little deal.
Just a small one, a little portion. Just the biggest contracts in the history of professional sports.
Just the biggest one in all of pro sports.
Of ever. All of
15
them.
years.
All of them.
$765 million. Yep. Includes a luxury suite for his family because that's what the Yankees didn't give him.
It's the only extra bargaining chip. Chances to go up to $800 million too.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel? So we talked about this. Soto's like a 288 hitter, like career 286. And he's good for like anywhere from, let's call it 20 to 45 bombs a season.
Yeah.
That's what you.
It's a lot of fucking money.
How are we supposed to re-sign Vladdy with that? Because that's what he gives us. What am I supposed to do now? Go to Vlad and you'd be like, all right, here's a $300 million contract.
Is this your spin zone?
No, I'm way out of it. I'm way out of it. I said it on our show last week. I did not expect the Blue Jays to sign Juan Soto. Could I dream about it and hope that it could happen? And was it a possibility? Sure. I think all those things are like legitimate. Where did I think he was signing with the Mets? I thought he was signing with the Mets from day one. They said the Mets were in on it. I was like, that guy's got more money than God,
I,
so he's
s-
going to
I
sign there.
was in on him going to the Mets the whole time, and then I let Twitter and other
Yeah, don't
sources
do that.
corrupt me.
Hashtag Mitch was wrong.
I don't care. Everything worked out for me. I'm good. I mean, I still need things to work out my way, but things are trending up.
Uh, it. I don't get it from his perspective other than the money. But LOL at everyone who was like, he's not showing loyalty. He played for you for a year.
Dude, he's a hired gun. He was a mercenary. You traded for him. He didn't sign there. You didn't bring him up through your development system. Like it was nothing. It was strictly transactional. And then the fact that he leaves and you cry like, "What? He only cares about the." Of course he does. I don't know why you expected anything less. Do you think he wants to hang out with Aaron Judge and be the second fiddle to Aaron Judge? No.
If he wanted to be second fiddle, he would have stayed in Washington.
It's the like classic
He would have been. He would have been
relationship
a
fight where you're
national.
like, if your man wanted to be here, he would have been here.
He would have stayed as a
He would have
national.
signed up and he would have signed in Washington. He would have signed in New York. Like that's not who he is. He had if New
He
York
had a
was going to
choice.
be, well, I guess he still stayed in New York. But if the Yankees was where he wanted to be,
He would have
he
resigned at
would
the
have
end of the
resigned
offseason.
instantly.
Wouldn't have waited.
He would have taken the 600 mil or whatever they projected
Yeah,
him to get, and now all of a sudden it climbed up to almost $800 million. And the only place he was going to go was the Mets because they have
100%.
there's no cap. Which
No,
also the people that want a salary cap, I'm good.
no, thank you.
I'm good.
Do you know what a salary cap does? Nothing good.
Nothing good.
Nothing
I
good.
don't. I think they need to figure out something with the deferred money.
Yeah, you need a deferral cap for sure.
Yes, 100%. But you do not need an actual salary cap.
I'm fine with the deferred cap.
Cool with it.
Yeah.
What it looks like, I don't really care. I just need something. It can be super loose. I don't. Whatever.
If I mean, they'll pay the luxury tax. That's all
Yeah,
it
hundred
is. It's all
percent.
that's all Steinbrenner ever did when he was way over as a Yankee.
Yep.
That's what the Red Sox did for a couple of years too. It's like, well, won the championships. What do you want
And then
from
we
me?
did like 7 years in a row or something,
Yeah,
and then they're like, "All right, all right, all right. This is enough."
this is getting crazy out here.
That's what the Celtics are about to do
Yeah,
for
that's
a
all you gotta
long
do.
fucking time.
It's is what it
And
is.
then Wick puts the team up for sale and goes, "Who would like this? Fully
Yeah,
primed, ready to go.
yeah. You
Absolute super team."
want to buy a championship contender? So I got one. And
It also
then
comes with almost $1 billion in contracts.
it's fine. The Yankees, all upset about losing out on Soto, spent 208 million over 8 years, 18 or 8.
It was 8.
208 million for a 31-year-old lefty, Max Fried.
The Sox capped at 190.
That's probably wise. He's 31 years old and has not pitched in enough games to make it worth 208 million. But the Yankees were. I don't know if you ever like get like real mad and you go like buy like a bunch of shitty fast food or you like shop
Yeah.
somewhere. You like that's what the Yankees did.
Bottle of whiskey.
They're like they were like just rage shopping and they're like, fine, $208 million Max Fried, yes please.
Max
That's what they
Fried is a
did.
bottle of whiskey and a pack of Marlboros.
Yeah, yeah. He's like a 20 pack of nuggies when you don't need it. like 10 p.m. It's a 20 pack of nuggies at 10 p.m. That's what he is. It's nonsense. I don't hate the deal for them. They needed pitching. I think that it
Especially if they're going to be trading pitching.
I think that it impacts the Burns market more than I would like. There's a bunch of teams that were still in on Burns. Your Sox were in on Burns.
Yep. Still are, should be.
I think the Giants of
Speaking
San Francisco are in on Burns, which is where I think he might end up. I'll tell you where he's not going to end up: Toronto, because he's had a conversation here. He's not going to be here. Just doesn't happen. Number one team in having conversations, the Toronto Blue Jays. Yeah.
Yay!
210. I have never.
Here lies the Toronto Blue Jays, negotiated with everybody.
200. I think it's $210 million, and after the Yimi Garcia deal, which is a fine, like that's a good contract. I don't have a problem with Yimi Garcia. He was a fine reliever. He's not going to make you a championship contender. He's not a superstar. He's a guy. He's one of those guys you need on baseball teams. Every team has like 14 of them. You need those guys. But after that, I think it goes up to $230 million. For what? For what?
For why?
What are we even doing with this roster construction? What is it? Like you got to pay Vladdy. You got Bo Bichette, who you're likely going to have to trade. R.I.P. The Flow. Love that guy. Don't want him to go, but they're going to have to trade him because he's tired of not having a team that's going to compete behind him. You have 40-year-old George Springer on the worst deal of his entire life. I don't know who the hell thought that was a good idea. Dalton Varshaw's great, but like again, you need other guys to support. They have no offense, so they made a trade for a 3-time Gold Glover who has no offense. What the fuck are we even doing? What are you doing? Just blow it up. I said it before.
I'll take Vladdy. If you're blowing it up, I'll take Vladdy.
Sell the team. Move him to Sacramento. Call it a day. Give it to somebody who'll actually do something with it because this is ridiculous.
I love Tristan Cassis, and I don't want him to go anywhere, but I'll give you a nice, shiny Tristan Cassis and some prospects for one Vladdy Jr.
We don't want your prospects. We were looking for your we'll take you want to get rid of Yoshida? Get rid of Yoshida?
Yeah, you can have Yoshida.
We'll take Yoshida for Vladdy.
He's probably on his way to Seattle.
I need as many guys you have that are like post prime and on contracts that are
mid-tier and expensive.
Yeah, like that's what I'm looking for. Like, we will give up Vladdy for probably for Bregman.
Yeah,
and like Yusei Kikuchi, who we used to have at some point, be like, we know that guy.
Oh my God, that's hey Kikuchi, hey, it's us, Toronto.
It's so frustrating, like it's infuriating, and I don't know how. Like, at least when I watch the Patriots, I'm like, it's a rebuild. It's hard to watch because they're losing, but like it's
not hard to watch anymore.
Drake May's fun to watch, but the losing still
incredibly
sucks.
fun to watch.
But
I don't care. Under 3.5 wins, baby. Still kicking.
But we at least can get to enjoy the process, and we can see where they're going.
I might have a shiny new Travis Hunter because of it.
Hell yeah, we're gonna have a shiny new Travis Hunter. I can see my Dogwater hockey team making moves and doing things. They actually went out and signed a goal scorer who's actually scoring goals.
Lane's back too.
He's been hella good. He's been hella good since he's been back.
Cat has 17 rebounds at the half. It's a little ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous. It's gonna I can at least see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know what the Jays are doing. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. Not competing.
They're at the table. They're having coffee.
But they're not
talking numbers.
But even if they are, what are they just going in and go 8? You like 7s? How you feel about 4s? Like what are we even
combo
talking about here? They're just saying things. Like it's free to say shit. You got to show some action. It's absolutely free to say shit.
Free to say shit is a good line.
It is. It's free to say shit. Anybody can say things. This team needs to do something. You're in an AL East that has a young Red Sox team that's coming up.
They just traded
Orioles, a Baltimore Orioles team who is elite with young talent. A Yankees team who has shown propensity to spend the money when they need to. They still have Aaron Judge, brother of Arson Judge, the better Judge, to be honest.
Evil twin, mustachioed.
And the Tampa Rays, who somehow are going to play in, Yankee Field in Florida, their minor league park, while they rebuild the Trop. They should just rip it down.
They should tear it the fuck down.
This is a perfect opportunity to take that insurance money and build a new stadium. Jackasses, but sure. I just don't. I don't get it.
You have a shirt that's just completely ripped in half. It's we can sell it.
Yeah.
We can sew that thing back together in no time. It's gonna look. Anyway, it's gonna be fun.
I hate it.
It's got enough thread.
I hate it. I hate.
Yeah, I hate the Trop too.
Right now.
I bet that sucks too.
What?
I thought you were talking about the Trop still. You're like, I fucking hate it. I was like, yeah, me too, brother.
Oh, I hate the Trop.
Solidarity.
I hate the Trop. I do hate the
Yeah.
Trop,
Then you're
but
like,
I
you a Blue Jays fan. Look like sad
sorry, man.
Charlie Brown.
What do I have to look forward to? Losing Vladdy in free agency? Tell me what I'm supposed to like. What am I
And
happy
then
about
him
here?
being in your division for the next decade.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I got Garrett Crochet today, my number one targeted free agency, or no, not free agency, but for the
Uh,
offseason.
Spent. You had to spend to get him, but it was worth it
It was worth it. Braden
because he's
Montgomery
younger.
was never going to be part of this team. Yeah, he's 25 or 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's young.
Get him some. Get that guy some run support. See what happens.
Oh yeah, and the lineup's not going to be the issue. Roman Anthony coming up, Devers, Duran. I'm not worried about the lineup. Cassis, unless he gets traded to Seattle for some fucking reason. Sent 2 top 5 prospects, Braden Montgomery and Kyle Teal. Kyle Teal hurts because he was MLB ready. Was like, we have no catchers right now. Like, he was slated to be the opening day catcher.
Could have signed.
So that one hurts
again. You let him
bit.
go.
Could have. I hope there's a Christian Vasquez reunion in the works. That would be nice, but I doubt it. Brady Montgomery is never going to be here long term. There's too much of a logjam in the outfields. Duran played like an all-star last season. Abreu just had a gold glove as a rookie. Roman Anthony's on the way. It's just too packed. It's not in the cards. So I kind of expected him to be going on a deal. There was rumblings that it was going to be Marcelo Mayer, and I want no part of that. I want no part of that.
That would be outrageous, in my opinion.
Yeah, when those started coming out, I was like, "There's no fucking way that's what the tag was," and I bet the tag was lower before the Fried signing. The Fried signing definitely got the Sox going on the pitching because they were in on him, realized they weren't getting it, and went, "All right, fuck it, we got to go get Garrett Crochet." And I love it. Big lefty. We've already done this before. We traded for a guy wearing 45, left-handed ace from the Chicago White Sox in the past, and it worked out just swimmingly for us. Ended in a World Series where he threw the final out. I'm very excited about this. People are going to bitch that he had a real tough end of the year last year, but I mean, you played for the Chicago White Sox last year, and tell me how you're feeling after a few months. Never threw more than 4 innings in a game post All-Star break. Hasn't thrown many innings in his career in general, so that concerns me a little bit. But if the team's willing to take a risk in that department to sign a top-end talent, I mean, just watch the guy pitch. He was dominant last year.
He was great. Before we get to kind of our wrap here, Anthony Santander, Mark Canha, Garrett Whitlock, Odubel Herrera, and Brad Keller. Do you know what they all have in common?
Rule 5.
They were all Rule 5s. All Rule 5s. Rule 5 draft, do you ever pay attention to that at all?
I usually will look at the list once it's all done. Just take an eyeball. But I don't put too much credit into it. I mean, they're all supposed to be bottom of the roster guys, right? For anyone that doesn't know, Rule 5, you could select somebody that's not on another team's 40-man roster. Basically, they have no plans for. You can select them with a pick in this Rule 5 draft, and you may sign them to your team, but you have to play them for the season. Like, if you can't send them
They
down.
can't stay down there. Roberto Clemente was a Rule 5 guy?
I didn't know that.
He originally signed with the Dodgers in '54, and 9 months later, Pittsburgh made him the first overall selection in the Rule 5 draft. You blew it.
You blew it!
Just want to point out some of these are top 20 Rule 5 guys ever. Hack Wilson. That's a great name. That's a great name. Christy Mathewson, like elite player. Jose Batista, Joey Bats was Rule 5 for the Blue Jays.
From the Pirates, right?
Yep. Appreciate you, MVT. He came over and they were like, I don't know what we're going to do with him. And then he started hitting bombs, and we're like, yes, we know what to do with him. Josh Hamilton was Rule 5.
Yeah, that was the one. That was my big one.
Johan Santana. 2 Cy Youngs.
Dog.
Bobby.
I feel like he gets forgot about.
George Bell was a Rule 5 guy.
Dan Ugla.
Joaquim Soria. All the Flying Hawaiian, Shane Victorino.
Jay Gibbons.
R.A. Dickey, of course. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Toss Jason Grilly in there if you want.
Jason Grilly.
Grilled cheese, man. It's a great entrance.
Soul Patch.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you got a stone stories for us? We're fully off the rails. We're wrapping up. We might as well wrap up as Christmas.
Yeah, we could do that. I got a stone story.
And if you don't have a stone stories, you should talk about the phone call that you got. That was amazing.
Oh, I can do that first. I do have a stone story. Going to Florida. Shocker. Yeah, so I had a phone call this morning, like first thing in the morning. I got to work like 10 minutes into my work day. Get a phone call from Titusville, Florida, which, if you pay attention, is very far from where I'm at. Lady answers the phone. She's, hola. Hola. And then she proceeded to talk for about 30 seconds uninterrupted. Had to stop her and went, I don't speak Spanish. She goes, oh. And then proceeded to talk for another 30 seconds uninterrupted, to which I went, not a word. I don't speak, not a word. And she goes, okay. And then just sat, and we sat in silence for about 10 seconds, and I just hung up. I was like, okay, I don't know what you want from me.
What do now?
How long were we going to stay on that phone call if I didn't fucking end it?
What do we do with this?
Was that going to take me to lunch? Like, what? Just breathing into the fucking phone. Wild. Anyway, yeah, we're going to Florida tonight. A man was arrested over the weekend after police said he pulled out a sword and a Molotov cocktail to, quote, make a point during an argument with a Cape Coral resident. Police met with a homeowner who told them 36-year-old Luis Vargas Izquierda had showed up in his driveway holding a glass bottle with a cloth wrapped around its top. Bad sign, bad news. Not something you want to see at your home. Izquierda allegedly threatened to throw the bottle, which he claimed was a Molotov cocktail, at one of the vehicles in the driveway and light it on fire. However, the alleged threats did not stop there. Homeowner told police that Izquierda also took out a sword and tapped it on the windshield repeatedly of a vehicle during the exchange. Investigators said the entire interaction was captured on video by a Ring doorbell camera. The shit that a Ring doorbell camera sees on a daily basis.
Unreal.
There should be like a YouTube channel that just plays 24/7 and just wild Ring camera footage. You just send it in. There's mods. Maybe we could figure out somebody to do that. Somebody who doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Izquierdo was arrested and taken to Lee County Jail. According to the police department, Izquierdo is charged for violating FSS, which a bunch of numbers, which stipulates that any person who possesses or manufactures a firebomb with intent to damage property commits a third-degree felony. I just love the imagery. Like, I pictured the Family Guy bit where Peter's like, I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. He's getting the shotgun out of the back of the car to go talk to Meg's boyfriend. He's like, I'm just going to go talk to the neighbors. And he's making a Molotov cocktail in the sink. His wife's like, no, please. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, just drop it. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. And you're right. You just bring the Molotov over there, and he grabs a sword. It's like,
unreal.
I'm making a point. I'm just making a point. Apparently, it was all started over a sword and a Molotov. Like, are we fucking? Is this a GTA character?
Game? Yeah. This is like you just want.
Just The Last of Us. I crafted all these things.
Just spent all day crafting.
It's fucking insanity.
Awful.
Oh, the police in Florida deserve raises. The amount of crazy shit they got to deal with.
Yeah, probably. We appreciate.
It's like, oh, it's an extra danger.
Yeah, we told you what Soto was going to do.
I told you.
We told us so. You could have listened. It's not your fault. We do like being right. It happens. There's a bunch of stuff that happened in sports, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really care about it. There was a goalie trade that happened.
Shesterkin signed. That's kind of big.
Shesterkin did sign biggest contract in goalie history.
Massive.
It's not going to work.
It was like an 80th of what Juan Soto signed for.
Yes. It's not going to work, though. It's not going to work.
No, we already talked about how it's just not a way you can build a team in the NHL. How many games can he really play? If he gets hurt, like, that's $12 million more of your cap that you can't spend on players that are going to be out there every night. I love Shesterkin. He's a great goalie. He deserved
Also,
every bit of the contract, but
great
it's
goalie.
just you can't
100%.
you just can't field a roster like that. Not a Stanley Cup.
12.5% of your cap. It's a lot. It's a lot of whatever the percentage. I forget what the max was. It was like 20.
See, Sean Avery's breaking down Rangers clips.
Oh no, is he? I love
Yeah, he's
that.
got like a pointer and everything. He's definitely like trying to do what Gruden was doing.
Is he doing what Cam Newton's doing? For the
Yeah, probably closer to Cam.
He just talks mad trash all the time about people still
Yeah,
in the league.
basically. He was like
Just Uncle Rico syndrome all over the place.
There
One
was a
state.
clip last night where Kendrick like basically let the puck go by him in the defensive zone, and somebody got it, passed it over, ended up resulting in a goal. And Sean Avery's like, "Look at this, soft. Pack your fucking bags, bud." Kendrick Miller, just an absolute whiff.
I could have won state. Throw this football over that mountain.
Also, shut up, Biz, for taking on 6 fucking dudes in a parking lot over the integrity of a restaurant.
Those guys are wild.
He got the shit kicked out of him, but that first guy got absolutely fucking cold cocked. He steps up to Biz and it's just the hardest right hand that guy's ever going to feel in his life.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew who he was, but
definitely not. They said he was Spanish.
He found out. He found out real soon.
Felt like it was a Hispanic guy with dark hair and a dark beard who's built like The Rock.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. We'll be back after Christmas.
Yep.
First
Wednesday after Christmas, we'll be back.
Yeah. We just got to take a little break, just a little resty. Probably have a newsletter Friday. Probably.
Yes.
I have like 50% of an article already written. So
okay, let's go. Here we go. We're back. We're back.
And yeah, I hope you have a good holidays. Thanks for everybody jumping on. Sorry, we had a little bit of a wobbly connection there for a bit. I don't know what happened, but
we got through it.
We got through it. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'll say it because you're allowed to say it.
Fuck it, I'll say it. I'll say it.
Fucking say
Merry Christmas.
Fucking Merry Christmas.
Fuck it.
We appreciate everybody for jumping on. We'll fucking do it live. We're off the rails. For Dubs, I'm Armchair. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Peace.